All right, it worked beautifully. I got just enough room here. I decided to put the ramps in front of the tires, pull forward. I can move some of this stuff back a little. I'll have a little more room in front here to walk back and forth, but this isn't bad the way it is. Now I can disconnect all this temporary fuel system. I'm going to drop the tank, more than likely. I got to drain it. I have to locate the electronic fuel pump and regulator underneath the truck. I mentioned before, all four of these ramps, they were on sale at the Walmart website. $149 for all four. That's a deal. Some places they want that much for two. So I'm thinking about putting the fuel tank in the bed of the truck. But I have a couple experiments to run first. I'm going to place the regulator. I got my regulator over here, a bunch of parts. I'm going to place the regulator up here on the firewall. Has a pressure gauge on it, so I'm thinking I'm tying it into the fuel rail over here where this gauge screws on, because I'll have a permanent gauge up here to keep an eye on my fuel pressure. So I'll tie in here, then I'll cut this electronic fuel pump in down on the frame just behind the engine, and or let's say just between the engine, transmission, and the fuel tank. And I'll run an experiment to see. I already ran a couple of experiments as far as pumping fluid to the fuel tank through the fuel rail, and this line I have pinched here. So I know it's easy enough to pump fuel through the system into the tank. I'm going to install this electronic fuel pump down on the frame underneath before I drop the tank, and see if I can suck fuel with this pump here from the tank without dropping the tank or removing the old fuel pump. If that works, that would be a pretty sweet deal, and I can wire this fuel pump into the existing wiring so it operates the same, and the fuel sending unit in the tank will still work. Later.